that's quite, like, I don't have my glasses on, but that's quite difficult to
And says live, sir. You're on your mic.
Right, okay. Well, good morning. Here with the Long Walk to Freedom walkers here in Rutherglen. This here is where William Wallace was betrayed, or where the pact was made to betray him. This tower here, they say that goes way back centuries. Some say it's part of the original kirk that was in Rutherglen, others say it was the second one. There's been three churches on this site. This present one here is the Rutherglen Old Parish Church. Now, there is a wee plaque here about William Wallace. William Wallace was betrayed here, pact was made to betray him, and he was captured later at Rob Royston. Now, when he was captured at Rob Royston, he had a friend with him, and they killed his friend on the spot, but they had orders to take William Wallace all the way down to Westminster to make an example of him. And that's exactly what they did. They arrived in London on the 22nd of August 1305, and he stayed overnight in a house in Fenchurch Street in London. The following day he was taken to Westminster Hall, where he was put on trial, an English trial, where he was allowed no defence. So English law hasn't changed a lot much. He was allowed no defence. He did, however, shout out that, "How can I be a traitor when England is foreign to me?" After he was found guilty, he was stripped naked and put on a sledge, and he was carried along the streets of London, some 5 to 6 miles from Westminster away up to Smithfield in London, where he was hung, drawn and quartered. Now, when you go to Smithfield and you go to St Bartholomew's Hospital, there is a big plaque on the wall of St Bartholomew's Hospital, and it says, "To the immortal memory of Sir William Wallace, who was executed near this spot on the 23rd of August 1305. Now, the significant point there is that it says near this spot. That's not where he was executed. An investigation was done, and a Scots guy went to the Guildhall in London, where they keep all the historical records, and he found documents to say exactly where the gallows were, where William Wallace was executed. And it turns out it's just across the road at a place called Haberdashers' Hall, one of these unlisted companies. It's to do with the Masons and all that. Now, when you go to this Haberdashers' Hall, it's got big writing on the wall, Haberdashers' Hall. And there's a set of railings. And when you look through the railings, I kid you not, where the gallows were all our patriots were hung, drawn and quartered. There's a big massive plaque, and it says, "Serve and obey." The place where they murdered all our patriots, a big massive plaque where it says, "Serve and obey." We're under surveillance, by the way, Scottish resistance, under surveillance as usual. And interestingly, while we're talking about that kind of crap, just across there is Rutherglen Town Hall. If we just move around here, we'll see a crappy imperial rag. Half of it's missing because it's old and torn and tattered, because this union is coming to an end. Mark my words, it's coming to an end. Isn't it incredible that only yards from where our national hero Sir William Wallace was betrayed, they have that rag flying from Rutherglen Town Hall. Now, I'm just going to take you around to the wee tower here. This is the tower that was part of the original church, although some dispute it and say it was part of the second church built on this site. If we go round here, there's a wee doorway. This is interesting when we see this wee doorway. This wee doorway here has been sealed up for years, but apparently when you go through that door, it leads to an underground passage, and it goes all the way up there, just a couple hundred yards, up to where Rutherglen Castle used to be. An interesting wee story about Rutherglen Castle. Castle Street up there is near where the train station is. That's where Rutherglen Castle stood. It's now a block of flats. The castle's totally gone. But a year before the Battle of Bannockburn, in the year 1313, the brother of Robert Bruce, Edward Bruce, led a party of Scottish soldiers and they retook Rutherglen Castle, 1313. We had a rally there a couple of years ago, Scottish Resistance, and some unionists gave us a bit of a hard time. And within weeks of us being there, the plaque that was on the wall to say that Edward Bruce retook Rutherglen Castle in 1313 was removed from the wall. All you see now is two big bolt holes. They want to hide our history. Isn't it incredible? We must be the only country in the world where folk born here want to hide our history. That is how conditioned, that is how brainwashed these people are. But it's great to see the polls now that we're up to 60%. We are going to kick their arses out of Scotland and get freedom again. Thank you.
Cheers, James. Thanks
Thank
very
you,
much
James.
for that. And just to do the comments very quickly, Tracy Miller, signthedigitalcovenant.scot. Kevin saying good morning. James, you would make a good Scottish history programme for Scottish people. Well, it's something we've talked
They
about.
won't allow it. They won't allow it. Not under Brit Scot.
Well,
Maybe Independence Live should get involved.
leave
in
that to the new style media, eh? But from Rutherglen Cathedral, we'll say cheery bye for now. And thank you for everyone again for your support. See you all soon.